a happy Women's History Month. It is March, and every March is Women's History Month.
All month.
It is. It's all month long, and it's just about celebrating women and everything women have accomplished, everything women have done to make sure that we're able to be independent if we want to be. There's nothing wrong with not being independent, but just to have that choice is a really great thing.
Having choices, having the freedom of choice.
Yeah. So having the freedom of choice is so important. And I know that...
I was going to say, do we really with the anti-abortion laws? But anyways, okay, sorry. That's another topic.
Anyway, yeah. Well, we can get into the pro-choice conversation if you want, but Women's History Month is, mostly a positive thing, reflecting on the past, reflecting on the fact that, we recently were barely able to start opening our own bank accounts. Recently, barely starting to be able to apply for loans. Like, we didn't achieve financial independence until
the
what?
80s? 70s, 80s?
Maybe 60s, 50s?
No, 70s,
Oh,
80s.
really?
For loans,
You know
yes.
what? Let's see.
You had to have a man sign for you
had to
at a bank.
Yeah, I have heard. Let's ask ChatGPT. But while I'm doing that, I've seen this trend on TikTok where it's like girls are like complaining about feminists and the right to work because now they have to work. And I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from, but also imagine not having the option to work and to escape from like
Oh my God,
a
I'd
violent
much rather
situation,
work than stay at home
right?
and clean and cook
I've tried,
and
yeah.
do that kind of crap. Oh, that is not for me.
Well, some women, and which is totally fine, don't want to work, which is fine.
Right.
But imagine not having the choice to work.
Right, yeah.
And like that's your only option. That would suck.
That would really suck. Just having to stay home. I don't know. I don't think any of us would like the old school way, at least how like maybe like our grandparents, great grandparents grew up as women,
females, yeah.
as women in a
Especially
household.
in our culture.
Especially in a Latina culture where back in the day, my great grandmother had like 11, 12 kids, So imagine staying home with your 12 children. Like I can't even imagine. I don't have children right now, but I see how my sister struggled with just 2 little girls. So imagine back in the day having to stay home, having to take care of like 11, 12 children, and then having to take care of your husband. And it's just too crazy for me.
My grandma had 20 kids, and on my mom's side, and then my grandma on my dad's side, she had 15, 14,
wow.
15. I have 30 cousins on my dad's side, and I have 186 cousins
Oh my goodness.
on my mom's side of the
First
family.
cousins.
First cousins.
186. Oh
first
my
cousins.
God,
First
Sarah.
cousin.
Yeah, we can like have a whole tribe.
Well, your husband somehow, you guys
Yeah.
are related,
First
right?
On your dad's side.
On my dad's side,
Yeah,
the third.
so-
Oh, okay, the 30.
Yeah.
That's
I have people
insane.
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
I hear all kinds of
crazy,
stories from
yeah.
all sides.
Okay, so
Wow.
according to ChatGPT, it wasn't until the 1960s and 1970s with laws like the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974 that women in the U.S. were granted the right to open bank accounts, apply for credit, and obtain loans without a male cosigner.
Wow.
1970s.
Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974, and yet somehow there's people out there saying that women are
Not making a difference.
Well, no. There's people out there saying that everything's equal now. Why are women still complaining? We just got the right to apply for loans without a male cosigner in 1974, and you expect us to be on the same plane level as men?
no.
Well, we're
Like-
still underpaid as
Yeah,
females, and
you're
especially
still-
as Hispanic
Like, how
females.
can you expect women to catch up that quick when we weren't even granted the right to apply for loans without a male cosigner until 1974? And it's like, oh, why are you all complaining? Women have all the same equal rights, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, but it wasn't until recently that we were given all of these rights. So how, like, you know what I mean? Like, we still have a long ways to go.
But how do you feel we have a long way to go? Like, in what aspect?
Well, women
to
are...
catch up?
yeah,
to
like-
catch up monetarily?
So
or?
yeah, monetarily. So like currently women are still making, white women are making I think 70 something cent per every $1 a white man makes. For Latinas, it's even less than that. It's like less than 50 cents per
It's like
every
30,
dollar.
38,
Yeah.
39
It's
cents.
Latinas are the lowest.
So what is the difference that male make and women?
They make a dollar.
A dollar
we make
more.
38 cents.
Oh, okay. They make $1. We make 38 cents.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I feel that if, for example, your husband takes care of your household, so I'm okay with men taking or making a little bit more if they're going to be providing for a whole family. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you don't have a man in your family or to take care of you.
You shouldn't have to be able.
Then it is very
I need to find a man to take care.
It is very unequal if
Yeah.
you don't have a man to take care of you. So, yes, I see it in a way, but at the same time, then how are you going to support yourself if you don't have anybody else to provide for you? You know what I mean? So it's like,
I see it that a woman should be able to make the same dollar amount as the male, whether or not he's taking care. Like, I don't think it should matter about taking care of a family, because either way,
That
how many
shouldn't be
single
like
moms are there out there that
think-
take care of the families
Yeah.
that don't get support from the husbands, or
And
the
they're making less
Exactly,
than-
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And so I don't think a man should make more because he has to take care of a family. I think it should just.
well, since we started the conversation with now women are like,
fighting about feminism.
fighting about feminism. Yeah.
I think that they are wrong. I mean, it's really messed up to be like, "Oh, why did feminists have to fight for the right to work? And it's like so that you could escape your abusive husband, so that you have that a choice to like make
absolutely.
it. Yeah, like
especially like I said before, like back in the day, like macho culture was very crazy, very dominant. Nowadays, everything has completely changed, and I think that's what Mel refers to. Like, well, what other rights are you guys missing? You know what I mean? That you currently don't have now. Are we like I'm ignorant in the subject, so that's why.
Well, I think the monetary thing is the big issue that where we don't have eye to eye.
It's like, for example, when slavery was abolished, right? It's like, okay, well, slavery is abolished. What are y'all complaining about? It's like, yeah, but there was still institutional racism where people were like, I'm not going to hire a black person because they're black.
Yeah, no,
even
that
though they're
still
not
happens-
slaves.
it still
Same thing
happens
with
today.
women. It's like, I'm not going to hire this person because she's a woman and she's probably going to get pregnant in a year. So it's even though we have all the rights in practice,
People don't really practice them.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
So that's why I'm saying like things are not equal. Because if they were, then women would be making the same dollar that a white man makes. But Latinos make 38 cents for every dollar a white man
Let me
makes.
check ChatGPT and make sure that that's correct. 'cause
I
I've
think
said
it's
it
more
4
like
times.
40.
I've said
I don't
it 4
know
times.
if it's. Let's see.
Let's
what
be
is it?
exact, because then they're going to be like, stupid Sarah.
I know, right? They're gonna come out. They're
Yeah,
gonna,
they're
that's
gonna
why-
look at me and they're going to be like, stupid
with
Sarah.
any subject that I'm not always like, dude, I'm freaking ignorant on this subject. Like, I need to.
I know I
like,
read it,
learn.
but
Let me
I read the
ask.
article 10 years ago.
How-
I'm sure it's changed.
I need to
How
know.
much do Latinas make for every $1 a white man makes? Let's see.
What's the stats?
Oh, so it's better. As of recent data, Latinas in the U.S.
Recent.
earn
See?
approximately
Recent.
57 cents for
That's
every
better than
dollar
38.
a white man makes.
Yay.
That's still super bad.
It's still
Yeah.
super bad, but at least it's
That's
better than
still-
38.
yeah. Okay.
My stats are from 10 years ago,
Yeah,
okay? Don't
so
judge.
57 cents
Yeah.
for every dollar a white man makes. This wage gap is one of the largest among racial and ethnic groups and is influenced by factors like occupational segregation, access to higher paying jobs, discrimination, and historical inequities.
Wow. That's a lot.
And the language barrier. The language barrier has a lot to do with it. If you don't speak English, you're less likely to get a high-paying job. If you don't speak English, you're more likely to get like a blue-collar job or janitorial job. You know what I mean? Where you're not required to speak to people regularly.
Kitchen. Working in the kitchen.
Working in a kitchen. So, I mean, we're now getting into race. But yeah, there's a lot of ways in which, yes, do women have all the same rights as men currently? Yes. Is there still a lot of inequality?
No, we don't, because we don't have pro-choice. Men made that decision.
That's true.
So
That's
we don't
true.
have the same.
Yeah.
We don't have the right over our body, we're being told.
I know.
Since-
and
since-
I'm not saying I'm pro. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying
Since Roe versus Wade.
When did that happen?
overturned. That was
Yeah, since
overturned.
when? 2020? That's what I'm thinking, right?
2020 or 2021. Very recent. It was very recent. It was within the past few years that Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Is that like a state thing or
That's
is it
federal?
It's federal.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was a federal decision by the United States Supreme Court.
Uh-huh.
And when Trump was elected into office, he put in a lot of anti-choice Supreme Court people.
I thought
and
they were going to first. I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish, and then I'll say what I'm going to say.
and then they overturned Roe versus Wade. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I thought they were going. What I understood that they were doing was that people were having an abortion, and it was into the 8th and the 9th month, and that is what they were putting a stop to.
Yeah, so
That
that's
the
how it
laws
started.
Were going to just that you couldn't be past 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's why the laws went into effect, which I am totally behind, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, 8-9 months, it's a baby.
It's a whole
Well, I mean, it's
baby,
always
yeah.
a baby, right? But that's
Yeah.
not the point. But yes, most definitely, I would see that.
That's
the reason
usually
why to
how
fight.
it starts. It's like, okay, well, let's take the most extreme situation. Okay, almost everybody's against this, right? Okay, and then they slowly chip away,
Yeah,
chip
they start
away
taking and taking
from
and
women.
taking.
You know what I mean? It's like they're in, and then okay, now that we're in, let's chip away,
Yeah.
away. And now it's like in Texas, you can get arrested for having an abortion, even if it's like for in the
Medical.
first few weeks and for medical reasons. It's
What
crazy.
about if it's incest or rape?
Nope.
It's still, right?
There's no
Here
exception.
in Texas, there's no exception.
There's no exception.
So we don't have freedom of choice.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
It's reverted back some. But if we're at 50, how many?
57 cents.
57 cents, according to ChatGPT. If we're at 57 cents, it's still quite a bit of difference.
Huge
In
difference.
pay.
Yeah.
Right? And what are we as women doing to work together? I feel like men are better at working together to get ahead, and women hinder themselves because they don't work. They're more judgmental of women, and we hinder our own progress because we're so divided.
No, men still hinder women more than women.
You think men hinder women?
More
I
than
don't-
women? Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't
I
think
think it's
100%.
women.
I don't-
All of my
Let's ask
my biggest
Let's
support
ask ChatGPT.
Ask
in my
ChatGPT.
personal experience, my biggest supporters are women. My biggest haters, the people who are like, you know,
Maybe in your line of work because it was
Well, it's 'cause
mainly
yeah. I mean, I still think that our biggest hindrance is still men,
Can you-
100%.
Can you check?
Well, okay,
I
what do you
wanna
want me to
see-
ask? What do you want me to
I
ask?
want to know whether men. Well, you said men hinder us more, and I think women hinder women more.
There's no way.
I believe it's women
There's
hinder
no
women
way.
more,
Yes.
way
in a
more.
petty way, sure. Like in a petty, but in a let's make laws that hurt women. That's men.
No.
Women aren't making laws that hurt women.
Well,
Men
because
are
women
making
barely have the
exactly
have the job.
the role to
because
do that.
men,
Yeah.
because
the
men won't allow them.
Women also vote.
And
Women
women
also
are still
vote.
voting for Trump when Trump is the person who made abortion illegal.
So women hurt
Women hurt women more.
Women
so,
hurt
so
women
by
more.
electing a man,
I don't know. It's all I know is that it's Women's International Month.
okay. Let's ask. What was the question? Okay.
Who hinders women
Who
more?
Women's
hinders
International Day.
women
Isn't it
more?
one day? Isn't it
Question
Black
mark.
History Month? And
Men
it's-
or women? Question mark. Let's see. Oh, it says this is a complex question. Historically, men have held more institutional power, shaping laws, workplace policies, and cultural expectations that have limited women's rights and opportunities. However, women can also reinforce these structures, whether by upholding traditional gender roles, internalizing biases, or discouraging other women from breaking norms. Ultimately, systemic inequality is the bigger issue rather than just blaming one gender. The key is to challenge
politically correct.
The key is to challenge outdated norms and create equitable opportunities for everyone.
I like that, the ending. This is a hard one, but yeah.
But this okay, historically men have shaped laws, workplace policies, and cultural expectations that have limited women's rights and opportunities. Women should be doing things every day to challenge that instead of reinforcing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
And we do, even like our physical appearance or like how one decides to dress. You can go to some organizations and they're like, oh, I can't believe she dressed like that. Or you'll see a young female walking and they'll be like, oh my God, do you see how she's dressed? And then they're already talking bad about her. You know what I mean? Instead of, I mean, she's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, in a lot of petty ways, I agree. Like there's a lot of like pettiness among women where it's like, she's dressed like a slut or whatever, or she's a bitch.
No, yeah,
Or
like
she shares too much on social media.
Yeah.
Or, oh, she irritates me because I don't like the way she talks. Like,
she
just
triggers
stupid
me.
stuff.
Yeah, but men do that too.
I don't hear.
Y'all are being pick-me girls right now.
No,
Y'all are being pick-me girls right now.
No, I'm gonna tell you because I've even heard it from even from my husband. He's like, dude, like, do you really dress up like the nails, for example? Like, do you think men give a shit about nails? Like, do you think men give a shit about like the BBLs and all this? Like, men don't. Like, men care about one thing only. And that's the cookie. Like,
And the
you know what I
reason why
mean?
women do all those things is for male attention. Well, yes, because they want to be like seen, as beautiful by other women.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Because
I don't do anything but for myself.
well, that's good.
Like,
That's the way it should be.
I don't care whether a woman
that's
likes how I am or what.
That's the way it should be. But
Or
at
my
the end
husband.
of the day, men can say, I don't care about that, and then they go and leave their wife for somebody younger. Like,
Yeah.
and then that creates a divide between women. And then we say,
Yeah.
oh, women hate each other. And it's like, well, because men are pitting women against each other.
No, I've had I've had very
This
ugly.
is a controversial topic, but
Yeah.
this is for another day because
Yeah.
we're talking about Women's History Month.
Positively.
No, this is all
women-
this is
this
all
is all
part of
women
women.
history?
This is
Okay.
all
This is
part of
women's
women's
stuff.
I thought we
history
were going to
month.
share like somebody that was like impactful. Well, we didn't we do that?
We
one?
just celebrated them. At the dinner, girl. Just spent 2 hours celebrating.
celebrating women
Yeah.
from our
Women
Do
community.
you
from our
want to
community.
share a woman that inspires you?
From your community,
from
not
my
family.
Okay,
Okay, not from our family. Okay.
my latest hot women crush is Nereida. Oh my goodness, I love her story. I love her immigrant story.
Aww.
I've probably met her like 2-3 times.
Are you talking about the judge in it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I've never like heard a speech of hers, or anything like that. So
she did a beautiful job.
listening to her story, coming from like my
should have her come on.
grandparents.
We should.
Yeah,
bring
that
her
would
on. Yeah.
that would be awesome. I loved everything about her. How far she's come as a judge, how she started, and I mean, it just I connected a lot with her Latina entrepreneur spirit and first generation badass chick. So I really really loved her story a lot and how far she's
Good.
come.
That's a
I
great
love that.
example.
Yes.
What about
Thank
you,
you.
Sarah?
What about me? From our community or from like nationally or?
Either.
Let's do community.
Okay,
From-
local,
yeah,
like
let's do
local in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Sabita.
Oh, yeah.
I
Sabita.
love Sabita
Sabita
because
too.
she's so international. You know what I mean? Like her
Yes.
thinking is broad scaled. Even her conversation is
Yep.
never petty. It's always uplifting, very inspiring. She's a world traveler. I mean, she has many topics. Like, I love Sabita.
Take us to Turkey.
I didn't go there right now. I'm so disappointed.
You're not going anymore?
You're not going? When was
Oh,
it?
no.
This coming week.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Take us to Turkey. It's already
No, let's
next
not
week.
talk about that. But it's
Yeah.
Sabita. Okay, yours. Who's yours?
Okay. Oh, there's so many. How do I choose just one? There's so many.
Give us
Just
one.
pick one. Yeah.
Who have I seen lately that I'm just like, wow? Who have I? There's so many. Oh my God! I'm like on the spot. I'm gonna go with Magda.
I knew you were going to say
I'm
Magda.
gonna go with Magda.
I knew you were gonna say Magda.
Yeah, because she has the same like first generation. Because I can't say the same as you or you. She's the same like first gen, like grew up in a very like low income, neighborhood, comes from like 10 siblings or whatever, never went to college, has somehow created this amazing like business. She's just always connecting people and
She's
as
great spirit.
great spirit. So I think that she has also like she also is just like so empowering to other women. Like she never is like jealous or ugly or envious. She's just like always empowering other women. And so I think both of the examples that y'all gave, I also feel the same way about them. Like they're all such strong women who have like minority women who have started from nothing and like uplifted their communities. So I mean, there's even more. I could go on. Marie, I love Marie. She has like the sweetest, kindest heart.
Marie, fix your crown, turn around.
Yes, Marie. And there's just so many.
Fix your crown, turn around.
All of the women judges here, a lot of the women lawyers,
who
the
also
doctor.
is really inspiring? Sharon Almaguer.
She
doesn't
is.
get acknowledged.
She doesn't
enough.
get enough, yeah.
But she, you know what? I'm gonna put her in.
You know
Yes.
what, Sarah? I remember her because she was always supporting and sponsoring in our Fem City days. Like she was always the number one. Like she always
she's
supported.
Always just been
I'm
female empowerment.
since back then. Yeah, since
crush on you, Sharon.
since early days.
Aw.
Sharon, yeah, another women hot crush.
Yeah, Deborah Cordova. She has such a like
Deborah,
servant's heart, and she doesn't expect anything.
Yes,
Deborah's
so
amazing.
sweet.
Zero
Yes.
praise. Like she doesn't expect any praise. She doesn't
Always so
expect any
nice.
awards. She's just like she does it because she
She
loves
genuinely
to
loves
do
to
it.
do,
loves it.
care for
Sabrina
others.
Walker, her whole mission is about nonprofits, and she's just like a strong
back.
black woman and just giving back. And there's just so many. I could go on and on forever. But
Marsha Terry.
Marsha, like
Alka and Malka, the twins.
oh,
haven't seen
I haven't seen them in
yes.
forever, but they're doing so much.
Leaders in the spiritual
in the
community.
spiritual
Infinite
community
love.
through infinite love.
The food.
They're bringing so much like amazing healing technology to the valley, like things that you don't see. You would never see here like 5 years ago, like 10 years ago.
And that's because I'm not even connected in the medical community, and I bet there's
Oh,
so,
yeah, so
many
many women,
women, like doctors
transforming
who are like, I just don't know them, so I can't speak about them. But within the legal community, and then like the nonprofit space, there's so many women that we know.
Dina, I love Dina too.
is definitely like an empower. Like, I just love women who have no negative agenda. You know what I mean? And they're like,
and they're
energy.
generally doing things for others because they generally care about their community.
They're never
and-
trying to compete with anybody.
Yeah.
They're never trying to win awards or doing it for clout. They're doing it because they genuinely.
They're
And you're
just
a lot.
giving.
And you're a lot
They're-
like that too.
Yeah.
They're very giving.
I was gonna
And
say
you're getting
also.
you're also
Yeah,
getting
you're getting
recognized.
recognized.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
thank
getting
you.
recognized.
Thank you. I wanted to say you also. I was like, no, that's too lame. I was like, okay, Magda's not here, so I'll just say Magda. But you're another one. It's like you don't expect anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like you do it because you're passionate
Well, I
about
love
it.
to support women.
And you love
Yeah.
to connect women, and you're like, oh, you want to do this? Let me call my girlfriend right now. Okay, I want to introduce. You know what I mean? Like that's just so you. Like you're always empowering women, and
I think
honestly, all of us.
I was gonna say all of us that are in our group.
Yeah.
That you are who you hang out with, right? Who are the people that are around you, who surround you, and if you have that energy, and that's why we ended up doing this, because we got together at one event and said, let's share our common features and our common bad things and ethnic things and our struggles, so that other women know
struggles,
we're here for support. And
Yeah, because it's super important for women to trail the path for others that are coming right behind us, And if we didn't have the help or the support that we have now, then maybe we can help and provide and support the ones that are coming behind us. And I think that's very important, and the way it should be, especially here in our community. It's a, very small community, so it helps, and it really works when you network and when you go out and when you support each other, especially as women.
Very
we're going to
well
be there to
said.
support you
Oh, thank you guys.
on Wednesday.
Yes. We need to talk about that next time and bring our hats. The
Yeah,
hats
bring
that
our
we're
hats.
wearing. Yeah.
When did you get that award? Like decades ago?
Yeah.
Like you were probably one of the first ones to get that award. Like the first ever person to get that award.
I got it a while back.
Yeah.
But
Ben, look at you. You're still like looking for more women to what's it called? Nominate. You're like every year is like you're
Constantly.
nominating people for all those awards.
Yes.
Cynthia Sakulensky,
Sakulensky.
she's also another very like an admirable woman in the community. She's all about business, promoting Latino businesses, Hispanic-owned businesses. So there's so many, and we could go on all day because we are
Surrounded by them all the time.
Yes. So happy Women's History Month. I hope that this inspires you to think of somebody that you really look up to, be kind, promote, elevate other women, choose women-owned businesses. Next time you're going to go to a restaurant, next time go to Maria Cruz.
Go to Maria Cruz.
Next time you go to the doctor, accountant, whatever, just make a conscious choice to choose women.
Put your dollar behind a woman.
Yes, I love that.
We get
I
a
love
full
that
dollar.
too.
Aww. Okay, bye guys. Happy Women's History Month.